All right, big news coming out of St. Louis today. Doug Armstrong's not playing whatsoever and just like drops the hammer here in mid-August. Like there was nothing going on, Cam.
No, I
It
know.
was like dead quiet. And I wish we saw more offer sheets in the NHL, to be honest with you, man. It's always fun to, see these types of things happen. Although it's not fun to the other team, I guess, that gets surprised just like everybody
business,
else.
Andy.
Because I bet you they had no heads up whatsoever. But let me just start off by saying this. In my opinion, this doesn't happen if Kenny Howland is still the general manager of the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, he and Doug Armstrong are super close, very respected. And I'm not going to sit here and say that was behind the reason as to why Armstrong, signed these guys to these offer sheets. I mean, there's a legit need for the Blues, right, to increase, the players that they have both offensively and defensively to get better.
Youth.
All the players in the NHL nowadays, we talk about this all the time. They all want to play in like 7 different cities, right? It's difficult to get free agents to St. Louis. You got to be able to draft. You got to be able to make trades. And in this case, this is part of the CBA, so you got to be able to be creative as well. I thought it was really strategic, man. I thought it made a lot of sense for the Blues when you look at what they need, what Broberg could potentially provide on the power play. Dylan Holloway's 22 years old, man. He's a big skater who has some skill, gets up and down the ice. He brings some speed, can certainly help you in that area. Thought he was really good in the playoffs. And for the Edmonton Oilers, listen, they're up against it, obviously, cap-wise. Typically, you sign players to offer sheets who play for teams that are handcuffed financially. And that's what you find right now with Edmonton. Who knows what's going to happen with Evander Kane? I guess that could be the wild card in terms of, his availability and when he returns. I don't see Kane being like Kucherov and be like, yeah, I'll just sit out the entire season and come back in the playoffs. I feel like he probably wouldn't be willing to do that, but who knows? Did Edmonton really need to go out and get a guy like Victor Arvidsson, who played 18 games last season, who I like an awful lot, man? I've always liked Arvidsson, man. He's a gamer. This guy comes to play and he scores big goals. Jeff Skinner has never played in a playoff game. I know he got bought out, so you get him at a reduced price, but now you only make things more and more difficult on yourself. If you look at the drafting history, including in recent years for the Edmonton Oilers, man, they haven't had a draft pick play for the team, I don't think, since 2020. So, that's not that long ago, but still. Speaking of Bouchard, you're going to have to re-sign him. So you got the negotiations coming up with Leon Draisaitl as well. Outside of Broberg and Holloway, you don't have a whole lot of youth. I'm talking about players who are 25 years of age inside the organization, outside of a guy like Bouchard. So now you potentially could lose 2 of your best young players in the organization. This is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I won't be surprised to see Edmonton keep one of them. I don't think they can keep both.